Okay, here we go. This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh, and on the line, I have Jeremy Nojoy, who made his daring escape from the emergency room because he had a Fruit Loops overdose. He wasn't eating them, he was snorting them. And it's a little known felony in Minnesota to snort Fruit Loops. So the police are looking for him. Okay, we got our NFL picks to do. The Slackmaster was not here for the last two sessions at least, because he was busy sleeping and there was a birthday party for his kid, so I'll give him a pass on that one. The kid turned 7. But the Slackmaster is back, and I know his favorite quarterback of all time is playing this weekend for the Packers. I know he's so thrilled that Aaron Rodgers has returned. Of course, whether they'll knock him out in one game or not is another issue. And I've been spending all my attention following the Steelers New England game previews, and this guy, the Herd, well, he looks like he's full of the herd of bull. He kept talking about the Steelers have no formula, and then I watched Terry Bradshaw, and I'm going like, I loved him playing, but what is wrong with that man? He can't talk. Anyway, here we go with Jeremy Nojoy. How you doing?
Hello, George. I'm doing fine this evening, and yes, you're right. I have basically forced the police to create a new law that restricts people from snorting cereal. So, yeah, you're right. I've been out the past couple of weeks, but I'm back in full action now, ready to do some football picks with the guy from Pittsburgh.
All right, let's get this done, but remember, keep it brief because we got 13 and a half minutes because you got to listen to my BS. All right, first of all, we have the Aegean Stable Bowl. Hercules couldn't solve the problems of these two teams. Thursday night football. Broncos at the Colts.
Yeah, so talk about a snooze fest with this one. These are both the two teams that have been eliminated. And honestly, it's kind of a toss-up. What Broncos team are you going to get? Broncos are obviously the better team, but the quarterback can't really seem to make good decisions. But still, I don't know. I've got to go with the Broncos here. The Colts can kind of grind out some games, and Brissett shows a little more resilience, but I got to go Broncos just based on the defense alone. Broncos win this one.
I'll go with the Broncos, too. I can't see the Colts winning this thing. Okay, now we have two Saturday games. Finally, a game on Saturday. It'll give me something to do, maybe, if it's on the radio. I'll be so glad when I get my DirecTV back, DirecTV Now back at the end of the month. I said I wouldn't do it, but you know how boring it is to lie in bed on Sunday with nothing to do and you got no football? Okay, we got the Bears at the Lions.
Bears-Lions divisional matchup. The Bears are pretty much eliminated. The Lions have a scratching hope, for lack of a better term. So I'm going to have to pick the Lions because they have more to play for here. It's plain and simple. Stafford's a top 5, top 10 quarterback, and he's going to will his team to victory. Lions.
Well, I'm going to be ornery because every time I pick the Lions, they lose on me, so I'm going to pick the Bears. And now we have the disappointment ball at 8:30 Eastern, the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Great game here, actually, George. I don't know if you've noticed, but the Chargers have been surging lately. They've just been winning every game in dominant fashion. Phillip Rivers is playing at an all-star level, and I think the Chargers are hitting on all cylinders. I mean, I don't really see the Chiefs doing much. In fact, I see them sort of receding back into their offensive woe and terrible defense ways. I got to pick the Chargers here, man. They're surging.
I got to
pick for them.
I got to pick the Chargers too. I just don't understand what happened to the Chiefs. They just fell apart. Maybe the barbecue grill broke or something.
Nobody
I don't
understands
know.
it.
All right, Sunday, December 17th, with 8 days till Santa Claus. Texans at the Jaguars.
Yeah, this one's an easy selection here, George. And even though Jacksonville's quarterback isn't the best, he's been playing better there as of late. But what you got to watch out for with Jacksonville is they have the best defense in the NFL, and they're going to get it done against a very soft team. Jacksonville wins this. DeAndre Hopkins is going to do his best, but sorry, man, Jacksonville will win this easy.
Yeah, I thought the Texans would be playing better this year. I'll pick the Jaguars as well. Okay, we have the Ravens at the Browns.
Yeah, I understand you're laughing for this one. The Browns still yet to win a game. They were up 2 touchdowns late in the game against the Packers last week, but still folded up like a lawn chair and lost. They're not going to get it done. The Ravens have too good of a defense, and Flacco is kind of finding his stroke for offense. Ravens win this easy.
Okay, your favorite team of all time. I know you love cheddar cheese. The Packers at the Panthers, and I'm glad I don't have to say that 3 times fast.
You know what, George? This one's a hard one to pick. I mean, we got Rodgers coming back, like you mentioned earlier. The guy hasn't played in a while, but he's still probably the best quarterback in the league when he's healthy. So it's a tough choice, but seeing what they did to my Vikings last week, I got to pick the Panthers to win this one and crush the Packers' playoff hopes.
Well,
Panthers going to win.
I'm going to pick the Packers. Aaron Rodgers is back, and I just think that they will rally to support their quarterback from his collarbone injury. All right, now we have the one. It's at home for them. Dolphins at the Bills, and it seems like every time the Bills play at home, they pull one out.
Yeah, so the Bills, kind of a strange team this year. You know, they've had inconsistent quarterback play at best, but ultimately they've been getting it done on the ground. However, the Dolphins just basically slayed the Patriots last week. So I don't really know what to make of that team. So I basically have to go with the more trusted approach, and that's the Bills. You know, pound the run and play good defense. The Bills should win this game.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm gonna go with the Bills as well. We got to speed it up. There's a lot of teams here. Okay, the Bungles at some team with a helmet. The Vikings.
Well, I believe all teams wear helmets, George.
Yeah, but these have spikes coming out of their head, and a guy looks like he needs a bad shave, or needs a shave, Thor needs a shave, that's
right.
all.
Bengals at my Vikings. I got to pick the Vikings. The Bengals have been eliminated. They have nothing going for them. The Vikings have everything going for them. And let me tell you, the Vikings better win this game. They're the better team, and they better win this game.
Yeah, I think you'll dive into the grain silo if they lose this one. I'm going to pick the Vikings as well.
Right.
Okay, the Cardinals at the Redskins. The Redskins have disappointed me. Well, what do you think?
Yeah, the Redskins are disappointing. They should have put together a better team this year, a better record, just a better campaign overall, but they haven't. However, they're still the more explosive team of the two, and I think the Redskins win this one easy versus the Cardinals.
I think so, too. Okay, on to the Eagles at the Gigantes.
So Carson Wentz tore his ACL last week, and he's out. He was making an MVP bid. This guy was on fire. He was lighting the league on fire, and was the primary reason the Eagles were one of the best teams in the NFL. But now he's out, and now they got to bank on this guy named Nick Foles, who hasn't had starting experience for a few years. However, the Eagles still have a very good defense and a very good run game, and they're going to lean on that in this game and defeat the Giants. The Eagles will win.
Okay, now here's the two teams, one of whom I thought would be winning, and they didn't. The Jets at the Saints.
Jets at Saints. So Jets have an underrated defense. I mean, they're pretty good. Last week they laid an egg, but overall they're pretty good. However, the Saints got this guy, Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram, this double-headed rushing attack. and they still got a Hall of Fame quarterback in Drew Brees, and plus they're vying for a better spot in the playoffs. I got to go Saints here. I don't really see them losing this game.
I go with the Saints as well. All right, the former Lambs at the Sea Turkeys.
Yeah, so this one's a pretty good game here, George. I mean, it's got playoff implications all over the board. I'm going to have to select the Sea Turkeys to win this one, just based on Russell Wilson doing his MVP thing.
I got the Sea Turkeys as well. Okay, Tennessee Tuxedos at the 40-Winers.
Yeah, so the Niners plugged in Jimmy Garoppolo, and he's been lighting it up. He's been doing great for them. They feel like they have a franchise quarterback, actually. However, the Titans are battling, and they're battling hard, and they basically have to win out to make the playoffs this year. So they're going to be extra motivated. Obviously, the 40-Winers are out of it. So I got to pick the Titans based on just sheer, I don't want to lose, and I don't want to have another losing season. I want to make the playoffs kind of mentality.
Yeah, and the Titans, not the Titans, the 49ers, I think, picked up a player today. I don't remember his name, though, but if I heard it right, I wasn't paying that much attention to the sports news on KFBK. So I'm going to pick the Titans as well. All right, I'm going to skip the obvious game and go to the I'll put them in last for the week. The Cowgirls at the Raiders, the disappointing Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders are so disappointing. What happened to these guys? They were explosive last year, and now they got nothing. I think it's their defensive troubles that have kind of come to bite them in the rear, if you will. The Cowgirls have a lot to play for. They basically need to win out to have a chance at the playoffs, and I think they stay motivated. Their offensive line is playing great, and I think they get an easy win against a pretty weak Raiders team. So go Cowgirls.
Okay, the big game of the week. I've watched 4 videos on this, including the Herd, who's full of bull, and he was talking about the Steelers don't have a formula. Well, they got 2 great receivers. JoJo's back. The Patriots got they talk so much, but they abbreviated his first name, M something or other, Imperator. I don't know what the hell his name was. So I don't know who to pick with this. Of course, my heart always goes with my Steelers, and some were saying this is actually a preview to the AFC Division Championship. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to pick the Steelers, but what do you think?
Yeah, George, this is the premier matchup, Patriots-Steelers, man. Doesn't really get any better than this. Steelers have been rolling. Their offense has been scoring a ton of points. Le'Veon Bell is running wild, and Antonio Brown is putting up MVP-like numbers. Now, on the other side of the field, you got Tom Brady, who was basically savaged by the Dolphins last week. However, it is Tom Brady. So this one's a really difficult one to choose, but I'm going to lean on your side here. I'm going to pick the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I did read some disturbing.
They have a better offense, more explosive, and their defense is playing pretty good so far this year.
I read some disturbing stat. Oh, sorry to step over you, but the Steelers, not Bradshaw. I'm going back in time here, folks. Time traveling. Big Ben has a losing record against the Patriots, so that's a little disturbing. If I read it right, I'm having great trouble seeing my right eye. I'll be so glad when they fix this. All right, then we have Monday night, the 18th, the Falcons and the Buccaneers. Yo-ho at the Buccaneers.
So this one's another circumstance where you have a Buccaneers team who is, been anemic and eliminated. Then you have the Falcons that need to win every single game from here on out until the end of the season to make the playoffs, to secure the playoff spot.
20 seconds. Speed it up. You got 20 seconds, 15 seconds. Make your pick, please.
Right, so yeah, Falcons going to be ultra motivated. Falcons going to win this.
I'll go Falcons, too. All right, thank you, Jeremy No Joy. I hope you got the Fruit Loops fort built for the big snows that are coming